Chapter 1, Duty Beckons. The story begins where most endings are written, in the quiet moments before everything changes. It's 1966, and the air in Boston is thick with the weight of history. The Civil Rights Act has been law for 2 years, but the fight for equality is far from over. In a modest office on Beacon Hill, a man with a measured voice and a steely resolve sits behind a desk, his fingers tracing the edges of a letter that could alter the course of his life. Edward Brooke, a decorated war veteran, a prosecutor, and now a rising political star, stares at the words before him. The Massachusetts Republican Party is asking him to do the impossible. Run for the U.S. Senate. Not just run, but win. As the first black man in the post-civil rights era to even attempt such a feat, the room hums with the distant chatter of secretaries typing, the clatter of typewriters, the occasional ring of a telephone outside. The streets of Boston are alive with the energy of a city on the cusp of change. The echoes of Martin Luther King Jr. as speeches still linger in the air, and the nation is watching, waiting to see if the promise of equality will extend beyond the courtroom and into the halls of power. Brooke knows the stakes. He knows the whispers that will follow him. Who does he think he is? Is America ready? But there's a fire in his eyes, a quiet determination that says he's not just running for himself. He's running for every black child who will ever look at the Senate chamber and wonder if a seat could ever be theirs. The campaign trail is a whirlwind of rallies, handshakes, and speeches that cut through the noise. Brooke's voice, steady and commanding, carries over crowds that grow larger with each passing day. He speaks of duty not just to his race, but to his country. He speaks of the promise of America, the idea that no barrier should stand in the way of a man's ambition. His opponent, the incumbent Democrat, tries to paint him as an outsider, a radical. But Brooke's message is simple. I am Massachusetts. I am America. And the people listen. Then comes Election Day. The tension is palpable. Volunteers huddle around radios, waiting for the returns. The numbers trickle in slowly at first, then faster, and with each update, the room erupts in cheers. Edward Brooke has done it. He has shattered the barrier. He is the first black senator elected in the post-civil rights era. The phone calls come in from across the nation, from civil rights leaders, from fellow politicians, from ordinary citizens who see in him a reflection of their own hopes. But Brooke doesn't linger on the victory. He knows this is only the beginning. The real work starts now. As he steps into the Senate chamber for the first time, the weight of history presses down on him. The marble floors, the gilded ceilings, the faces of past senators watching from portraits, all of it feels like a test. But Brooke walks with purpose. He takes his seat, and in that moment, something shifts. Not just for him, but for the country. The message is clear. The doors of power are no longer closed. They are open, and the fight for justice has only just begun. The next chapter awaits.